Getting started with Total Online's What If. This class will cover everything that you need to know to get started using Total Online's powerful What If system. We'll start with a quick overview of the What If system. The retirement capital results of up to 3 scenarios can be displayed in an overlay graph. The scenario data can be viewed and changed. The graph instantly reflects any changes to the planning data. The Monte Carlo success rate displays next to each scenario name. An unlimited number of what-if scenarios can be saved. What-if scenarios can also be promoted to become primary planning scenarios. The what-if graph and details of any data changes can be included in the planning reports. So the first thing that you need to know is how to navigate to the What If. After you log into Total Online, go to Clients on the left side menu and select a client to open. With the client open, select a planning scenario. The selected scenario will be the primary scenario for the What If. With the planning scenario open, the What If becomes available. Navigate to What If on the left-hand menu located below the reports. The first view of the What If includes the retirement capital estimate graph of the parent scenario and 2 columns below. The left column is the baseline parent scenario and the data cannot be changed. The right column is a copy of the parent scenario where the data can be changed to create What If scenarios. The option to use easy money or golden years calculations is available at the top right. To learn the key differences and assumptions used in the calculations, you can visit a guide on our website called Total Goal versus Cash Flow Planning. So let's talk a little bit more about the columns. The first column is the parent scenario. The retirement capital results display in the graph above in green. The planning data can be viewed for the parent scenario, but not changed. This column and the corresponding graph serves as a reference for comparison. Now let's talk about the second column. And the second column is available to compare results to the parent scenario. The retirement capital results display in the graph above in light blue. The column will display a copy of the parent scenario's data by default. Make changes to the planning variables in this column. Speaking of data changes, you can see that the data is broken into topics like the main plan data input. Click on the topic, the gray bar with the title, to open or close a section. Most, but not all of the data is available to be changed on the What If. Changes to the planning data will automatically be reflected in the retirement capital graph. This example shows the impact of delaying retirement by 2 years. To add new items such as assets, an Add button is available at the bottom of the data input sections. Enter the information for the new item. Age change entries are indicated by a circled age with the age change event. If there are multiple age changes, each age will display. Click on the circled age to edit an age change item. To add new age changes, click the plus. A new row will appear with the age and the amount set to 0. Enter the change age and the change amount. Age change entries can be removed by clicking the X to the right of the individual age change item. Data items such as assets or expenses can be removed by clicking on the trash icon. Now that you know how to change the data, let's talk about saving what-if scenarios and additional options available. Click the Save icon to keep changes and name the what-if scenario. The name of the saved what if will display in the graph legend and the column header. The what if prefix will be added automatically. Please note, unlike the main data input in Total Online, you must save changes made in the what if by clicking the Save icon. Additional options are available by clicking the gear icon. Promote will transform a what if scenario into a primary planning scenario, making it available for the main data input and reports. Reset reverts the what if to a copy of the parent scenario. So let's talk about selecting scenarios. Selecting a planning scenario allows you to compare planning data and results. However, changes cannot be made to the scenario data within the what if. Selecting the parent scenario or a previously saved what if allows the data to be changed and saved. Again, what if scenarios are based on the scenario open on the left-hand menu, the parent scenario. To make changes to a different planning scenario using the what if, select the scenario under planning scenarios on the left side menu and return to the what if. Let's talk a little bit more about the graph and the column display options. 1, 2, or 3 graphs and corresponding columns can be displayed on the what if. Display or hide a graph and its corresponding data by clicking on the legend below the graph. Focus on a single scenario by hiding other graphs and data columns by clicking the graph legend items. You can mouse over any point on the graph to view the retirement capital value. A full-size view of the what if graph can also be opened in a separate tab or window of your browser. Now let's talk about including what if scenarios in your main planning reports. To include a what if scenario in the reports, go to Reports on the left side menu. Up to 2 what if scenarios can be included with your client's plan. When the what if graph is included in a report set, a what if 1 drop-down selection option will display. Saved what if scenarios for the parent planning scenario will be available in the drop-down for selection. After selecting the first what if, an option to select a second will display. The what if is included in the basic, retirement, and entire default report sets. The what if report is not included in all default report sets or any of your custom report sets. The what if must be manually added to custom report sets. You can add the what if report to a custom report by moving the what if graph from the list of available pages to the selected pages and saving your custom report set. You can learn more about creating custom report sets by going to our website under Support and User Guides and checking out Creating Custom Report Sets. Last, let's talk about the what if report. The what if report displays the retirement capital graph of the client's current planning situation and the what if scenarios, the retirement capital at last life expectancy, and the Monte Carlo success rate displays for each scenario directly below the graph. Details of each change between the current planning scenario and the what if scenarios displays below the Monte Carlo success rates. The what if report will expand to multiple pages if required to include each data change between scenarios. That concludes the Getting Started training class on Total Online's powerful what if system. Additional resources, including a user guide, are available by visiting moneytree.com/whatif. As always, our support team is available to answer questions. Please do not hesitate to contact MoneyTree support team with questions about Total Online's what if system. Log in to Total Online and start using the What If system today to answer your client questions in an instant. If you're new to MoneyTree software or Total Online, visit moneytree.com to start a 30-day trial and learn if Total Online is the right software for you and your clients.